And the bottom right here in the blue for Alpha X, it's Ragnarok.
His opponents, once again, a Dragon Phoenix Gamer. It's the one and only Rogue. A horrifying opponent. An absolutely terrifying one. And he almost was the first person to lose. He almost was the first person to get kicked out of this tournament. He was up on the verge. He had to win 2 games in a row. And, well, there he goes. There he goes. Just grabbing that crank with his teeth and still keeps on going.
Well, you know, Kozan, I guess it makes sense. Think about it. Even though it takes a while, right? If you don't play Protoss, it takes a while to get your Phoenix up and running, to get that rebirth ready, because you don't have Phoenix.
True.
So, instead, it took him a series. It took him halfway through a second series to make something happen.
Right. Yeah, maybe, you know, he's just doing it for the fans again. It's the same with that battlecruiser, right? Just do it for the fans and it will work.
I mean, yeah, that makes a lot that makes a lot of sense. If we don't have suspense, if we know who's going to win every single time,
yeah,
who cares?
Well, now we know. Now we're onto his strategy. We know he just loses every game up until he's on 1 life left, and then he starts winning. That's just how he does it.
Yeah, but Kozan, imagine if he didn't. Imagine if Ragnarok kicks Rogue out of a group stage.
You know what? I would like to start believing this dream, and we're very close to it happening. But still, I don't know. I don't know, BeoMulf. You think Ragnarok is favored here now?
No, not at all.
No.
But, you know, I can dream. I want the storyline. But no,
yeah. I mean, it's nice in a way because it is an Alpha X player, right? And it's just so much effort from Alpha X overall being put into all of this stuff, getting it all created. So having an Alpha X player go deep into the tournament is something I'm kind of hoping for to happen. That being said, we can't really enforce it to happen. So, which definitely I would if I had the power.
You know what I will say, Mr. Kozan? I also said that Rogue was going to 2-0 Ragnarok in the opening series.
True.
So, very clearly by saying he's going to 2-0, he's actually not going to 2-0.
All right.
There we go.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
So look what we got here. We got a Roachborn and a Baneliness coming down from Ragnarok, really trying to cross his T's and dot his I's. Or cross his I's and dot his T's, as is necessary. Because we've seen a lot of
Whatever needs to happen.
Yeah, it's fine. Sometimes we get weird games.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta cross your I's and dot your T's.
Yeah, well, you know what? Sometimes if it's early, I really do struggle to uncross my eyes. But for now, the third base under heavy fire here. Banelings are morphing, Kozan, but they're not just here yet, and we do not have a transfuse. That third base, was a mistake there, Mr. Ragnarok. You do not want that to happen. The third base does go down, and that's a hearty little advantage that Rogue has found for himself.
Very nice. He doesn't have a Baneling nest just quite yet, so, I mean, Ragnarok with his 3 Banelings here coming across, already getting kind of close. Might be able to make something happen here. Then again, I'm not seeing a lot of other Zerglings coming across the map here right now. Ragnarok just needs to keep those Zerglings moving forwards. Yeah, don't go chasing the Zerglings yourself. Losing all the Bane. Okay, now that's about as bad as it could have happened, perhaps.
Well, you know, Kozan, a song taught us many things. So we can argue that this is a waterfall of Zerglings running across the map. And what did the song say?
Don't go chasing Zerglings, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, don't go chasing waterfalls. Same thing.
No, she played Zerg as well. She knew. Whoever sang that song.
I don't know. I got nothing. What I do have is the fact that Rogue he's down 2 workers, fine, but he has a third base up. He has extra production. The world is his oyster at this point. We're just gonna have to see how well he's able to pry it open, how quickly he's going to be able to access that pearl. Because for right now, Ragnarok has to find something. At the very least, he has to force. Excuse me. Wow. These banelings on back. He has to find some way to be able to take his third base. And good micro. Right. He was able to keep his banelings from going down. He got more damage on his opponent's banes, so that's something. But again, Rogue is droning up heavily behind this. He's got his lair halfway done. He is a very happy boy.
Yeah, I almost would like to see Ragnarok try to pull a Rogue that we saw in the other series versus Solar, where he suddenly just, he felt like he was behind. He saved up a couple of more Zerglings than Solar thought that Rogue would, and bam, all across the map, making all sorts of rockets happen. Especially Rogue, we saw him drone up quite heavily there, making the lair at the same time. But instead, Ragnarok going for his own lair and kind of following down the same track, but then just gonna have less of it, right? So he's gonna have to find an advantage in another theater or another way.
This is one of the downsides to Kozan of playing ZVZ, especially when it is mirrored tech in ZVZ, or any mirror, I shouldn't say ZVZ, where if you are behind by a significant margin, or even by a moderate margin, the comeback potential available to you is really lacking, because you have access to the exact same economic path, the exact same tech path, the exact same everything that your opponent has. So this is not a game where, it's a TVZ and it's rough, but you get a lot of tanks, you turtle up for a while, and it's hard for your opponent to break because of asymmetric balance. If Ragnarok has roaches, Rogue is just going to have more roaches. So in a game like this, you really do want to see asymmetric play, whether it is Ragnarok moving into mutas. Really, that'd be the only thing he can do. But I'm worried that at this point, any sort of play into mutas would just be sandwiched, shellacked, annihilated.
Yeah, roaches to text with roaches then, right? Yeah. Scary stuff. I would like to see Roach Burrow. I feel like Roach Burrow is a way for ZVZ to kind of start edging your way back into a okay position. That being said, if Ragnarok loses this third base again, he's gonna have to GG. It's just, okay. There we go.
So, actually, I'm really curious to see how this one works out. And thank you, Rogue. He threw when he didn't have anything to lose. He's like, look, I'll get through the losers match. That's fine. We saw the weird stuff. We saw the gold base, this build that is really, we've seen Rogue lose out of it more than we've seen him win. He's not doing it. He is not falling victim to just, let me be ultra greedy and then die to Zerglings. That's not happening. And that is good. That makes me happy as a Rogue fan, as someone who wants to see the best players advance, but also as someone who wants to see good ZVZ, not link printer go bury your dead ZVZ, which did happen last game.
It's the best. It's the strategical depth that we all require from StarCraft, It's what we all crave. I hide links and then I run them in. Sorry.
Nope. Kozan, you're literally not allowed to talk anymore for the rest of the day. You have made your last transgression. It's not allowed.
All right. I feel you. It's much better when it's a Hydra printer. That's right. That's when we get, deep into the woods there.
I don't know. I mean, I'm surrounded by the woods. Probably gonna go for a walk after this.
Oh, that's nice. I'm going to not really the woods, the mountains in France tomorrow.
Ooh.
This is gonna be nice.
Look at this fancy man living in Europe, where you can go to another country easily in less than like 5 hours. Or more.
I mean, from the Netherlands in particular, you could just hop on the bike and you would be in a whole nother country in a couple of hours.
Well, look at this, though. We got the game. We can stop talking about France because, we see other things happening. Rogue's going to take the normal third, but Ragnarok saying, oh, you know what? I liked that gold idea that you had in, I liked that gold idea you had in the first series. What if I do it, but maybe a little more defensively? I take my third as the goal. That sounds like a little bit more fun. A couple lings are going to worry your way at it, but 2 lings do not kill a hatch. I mean, I guess if they sit there for 20 minutes, they do, but they don't for all that long. So Ragnarok for the moment will be able to stay alive here, but oh no, those are Ragnarok's lings. So behind this to defend, he's building 16 lings. He's got his Baneling Nest on the way, and we're gonna have to see how much aggressive potential he makes with this. Is this just defensively, or does he actually choose to flood across the map and really find value? For now, though, Rogue is aware of what's happening. He knows what's happening. He's gonna start a wall here, but Ragnarok's gonna be very happy, even if he just cancels the third. Even if he just forces out commensurate lings, because equal drone counts are always going to favor the gold-based player.
Yeah, for sure. Baneling's trying to help out a little bit, but that's a lot of sacrificial Zerglings. Might be worth it just to buy himself a bit of extra time. Decides to go for the queens instead, though.
That is absolutely... Well, if he gets two, I can say that's absolutely worth it, but only getting one there. Oh, nice. Look at the bait, though. Great play there from Ragnarok. He had a bait on the high ground that I did not see, but it will work on out for him just a little bit. That one's not going to be all that great. It really seems Ragnarok is committing too many lings to really sacrifice, which is a bit of a problem.
Yeah, especially the 4. I guess I can kind of see what his plan was, but it just didn't work out, right? He didn't have enough Baneling numbers anymore to kill that third. Or the queens.
Ooh, that's nice. Lings are going to not... Oh, no, they're not. The queen is getting rather low here, though. Now we're going to see the army moving on into... I especially try to segment out the natural from the third base here. Got to be careful here with those drones. I think we just saw a big Baneling shot just off screen. That's making life rather hard here. Rogue only has 2 Banelings remaining. We're going to look for some big shots. Lings cannot get the connections. Third base stays alive. A couple workers do go down, and the rally from Rogue continues. But look at this. Ragnarok, he has a Roach Warren done. He is ready. He can get to that next level of tech that actually deals with Banelings pretty damn well here. And the micro from Ragnarok is actually turning out to be really nice, but you got to be so careful. Last Baneling here, is it going to get a good shot? No, it does not. So again, the micro here from Ragnarok, yes, he's bleeding away drones here or there, but he is still up workers. He still has the gold. He's not mining from it now, but he will be able to mine from it eventually. And Rogue kind of feels like he's stalling out here. Now, of course, we're still at the stage of the game where any sort of ling, any sort of big Baneling connection can sway the game. But for right now, Rogue is not getting his value. He's down workers. He does not have the gold as the third. Big Baneling shot's gonna, though, it's gonna, I think, knock down a bunch of the lings of Ragnarok. But this really should mark the end of it with a critical mass of roaches on the field. Rogue should not be able to get too much more, but no, he really shouldn't get too much more, right?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's still Speedlings, and oh wow, he's just gotten a great surround. Okay, more Zerglings coming in. Those Banelings are still there, kind of as well. Could blow them up on the... It's not enough Zerglings, though, is it?
No, I was worried about the Baneling connections.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was looking at the +1 for the roaches. He doesn't have it just quite yet. But overall, yeah, I mean, not mining from this gold base for a little while, it's a bit unfortunate, but overall, it's not like Rogue is getting an advantage. He might be mining from the third base, but he doesn't really have the drone numbers to fully mine from everything, right? So it was about the same, and now Ragnarok should start jumping ahead in mineral uptick.
I mean, Kozan, look at the supply here from Ragnarok. I mean, yes, Rogue, he did drone up during the end of that, so he is up 8 workers, but we're starting to see a fairly significant roach uptick, as you said, really start to find its way forward here from Ragnarok, because he does have that gold. He does have the advantage of being able to build just a ton of stuff. But of course, the longer we wait, the longer that these +8 workers do start to benefit Rogue a little bit more, as he's effectively mining evenly. The longer this waits, the closer we get to +1, the closer we get to roach speed, the closer we get to some level of equalized supply. So I do want to see Ragnarok take this advantage and start to run with it, because clearly he is. Right, he's not droning anymore. Yep. He's just building 30 lings. Okay, yeah, he's gonna go for it right here, right now. His tournament life on the line. His advancement to the playoffs on the line here. Does Rogue have what it takes to make this happen? 14 Banelings are on the way. They're gonna have to get some massive shots because the supplies are equal. Rogue, he has defender's advantage. This is such a hard position now for Ragnarok to push on into. Upgrades not in his favor as well, but it's all down to these Banes. And Rogue, he's got such a good concave here, Kozan. It's not really working out here right now. The splits of Rogue, they're so good. And this concave is just making this not work here for Ragnarok whatsoever. Superior upgrades, queens, a concave, everything that you could possibly want. Rogue, he didn't win the first series, but he wins the last. He takes the series 2-0, and that is our second qualifier.